Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Thursday the 12th of June 2025. In today's Mill news, a glimpse of a possibility of an actual signing being made. We have been linked with a goalkeeper. We know we're looking for a goalkeeper. This is the young man who we are interested in. However, we are not getting it that easy. We are competing with Norwich City and Preston North End for this Aston Villa goalkeeper who is out on loan. He's been out on loan quite a few times. So this is from footballleagueworld.co.uk. I haven't read this, so let's read it before we judge them for being who they are. You know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Do remember that. Aston Villa goalkeeper Filip Marschall is wanted by a trio of Championship clubs: Norwich City, Millwall and Preston North End. Sources have exclusively confirmed to Football League World. Now you'd imagine exclusives are either someone involved with the player or someone involved with Aston Villa. The 22-year-old is 22, he's only 22 by the way, who is a former England youth international at under-19s level. Spent last season in League 2 with Crewe Alexandra and is back among Unai Emery's younger goalkeeping options ahead of the 25-26 season. Marschall's future may lay elsewhere though in the long term, with multiple clubs keen on bringing him in during the summer transfer window. The Lancashire Post revealed in May that Preston North End were eyeing up Marschall, in addition to their move for Leicester City's Daniel Iverson, which was exclusively revealed by Football League World at the start of May, and has since been confirmed, with the Cambridge-born stopper potentially seen as younger backup in place of Di Cornell. Football League World has been told that Preston North End are still keen to make the deal happen if they can, but they have been joined in the running by two of their Championship rivals. It can be revealed that former Lily White's boss Alex Neil, now at Millwall, is interested in bringing Marschall to the Den, with first-choice goalkeeper Lucas Jensen sidelined long-term with an Achilles injury, whilst backup stopper Liam Roberts has just left to join Mansfield Town. Also in the mix are Norwich City, who are looking to land a successor to Angus Gunn in between the sticks at Carabao as the Scotland international departs on a free transfer at the end of June. The Canaries have already, well, I don't care about that. I'm just care about the player and how that relates to Millwall. So Marschall played in all 46 of Crewe's League 2 matches this past season, conceding 48 goals and keeping 16 clean sheets in the process. His save percentage of 70.4% was the 7th highest in the entire 4th tier, as per FOTMob. Now 22 years of age, having taken in loan stints with the Railwaymen, as well as MK Dons and Gateshead, Marschall would face a battle to break into the Aston Villa first team due to the presence of Emiliano Martinez. And then he's put out a tweet saying he signed a new deal at Aston Villa. So this is certainly not going to be a transfer, permanent transfer. It's going to be a loan, which is probably what we want because, you know, Lucas Jensen, you hope that he can heal from his injury and come back. So a season-long loan for this guy would fit the bill quite nicely. And you can see the date of that is December the 24th, 2024. What a time. What a Christmas present. An extension of a contract at Aston Villa. Despite this, he signed a new deal in December 2024 to extend his stay at the club whose academy he came through, although it was not officially disclosed how long he penned the deal for. His previous deal, as per the Football Insider, was only due to run out in June 2027, but a new contract would suggest that he will not be due to end his fresh one until at least 2028. Yeah, well, if they say it's extended and they knew it was finishing it, so the least it's going to be is 2028. Well deduced there, Football League World. But he seems to be a very good goalkeeper at a very young age, so they want him to develop. And let's have a look at this guy now. Let's have a look before, you know, he ends up joining Norwich. But so yeah. So he was at Crewe last season in League 2, and here he is. He's got Polish flag there, but he's been in England, a youth international, but that just means he can still probably play for Poland. You know, you can switch as long as you've played for age-restricted games In senior football, you're still allowed to switch. So he got a rating of 6.64. He's a 7th best player last season. He played in all 46 games in League 2, playing 4,140 minutes. In fact, he's the only player to have done that. There is another player that played in all games, but he was subbing 2 of them. So there you go, ever present, not injured, doesn't get injured. Passing accuracy of 57.7. For a goalkeeper, that's not bad. So you would imagine being a Premier League goalkeeper that they teach them, to play with their feet and stuff like that. So, he might be able to do that. It might be like second nature to him. Aerials 0.5 average per game, which is, good. Suggests that he does come out for crosses and stuff and does win them. Man of the match 3 times in those 46. Obviously, this is from WhoScored.com. Man of the match in this context means the player on both teams who got the highest rating. So he's got that 3 times. So if we scroll down, no, we're going to go to, let's have a look at that. He's on the appearance list, yeah. So now we're going to move on to this. Shirt number 12, kind of weird for a goalkeeper, okay. 22 years old, his birthday was in April, so he's just turned 22. Got the Polish nationality, as mentioned, even though, he did play for England under 19s. So these are the games that he's played this season, the season that's just gone. 1 appearance in the League Cup, got a rating of 7.8. Interesting, I wonder who they played, I can't be bothered to check. Played once in a Papa John's Trophy, played once in the FA Cup, and played 46 times in League 2. So there you go. But in that League Cup game, he won 3 aerials, so he does like to come out for crosses. Hopefully he gets them all. So, strengths, concentration, shot stopping, reflexes, penalty saving. Ooh, I love it. Weaknesses, long passing. So, there's that. The games that he's played in this season, but we can move on to, or before we do that. So this is his career so far, but I've got it, I pulled it up on another page, so we'll just skip that because we got it somewhere else even better. So these are the games that he has played this season. Now, he has shipped quite a fair old few goals, to be fair. But, he's in League 2 and he's got League 2 defenders in front of him. When he has Cooper and Kramer and Ryan Leonard there, how's that going to be? Hopefully better. If all he has to do is, save shots, really. But you can see, so he conceded 5 goals here. But he's still got a rating of 6.14. But there are, every now and then, ratings where he doesn't get a good rating. And if you've been following the channel, I mention WhoScored.com on a Sunday's Stat Sunday. When a goalkeeper gets such a low score, it usually means that they've had the opposition have had few shots on target and scored. So you see the one here with Newport, and he got a 5.48 rating. It may be that Newport only had 2 shots on target in the whole game and they scored both of them, and that would give your goalkeeper a low rating. So every now and then he does have a little bit of a stinker, but before that he was 8.02. After that 5.48, he got an 8 here. He got the man of the match there against away at Fleetwood. Got a yellow. He's only got 4 yellow cards, but you can see here against MK Dons 4.83. So yeah, but before that 7.91. A man of match rating. So I don't know what happened there, but every now and then he does have a bit of a stinker where it's 4.83, 5.54 conceding 3 goals, 5.34 conceding 4 goals at Fleetwood. So this that's interesting. So he plays at home to Fleetwood in March, concedes 4 goals. Goes where is it? Wasn't it down here somewhere? Did I miss it? No, that was up here. Okay. It's the wrong way around. So, but then away at Fleetwood, he gets man of the match and gets a rating of 8. So maybe he kind of like, oh, I played these last time, they're fucking easy. I'm like, this isn't anything to worry about. And then he ends up shipping 4 goals and having a stinker. But then concedes 3 goals against Newport, 5.37, 5.95 in a 1-1 draw. But every now and then he does get the low rating, but pretty decent ratings. But again, this is League 2. So it's a big jump from League 2 to the Championship. Can he do it? I wouldn't put it past him. So if we move on to this, and here you go. So he's 22 years old and 50 days old. 195, so 6'5", 192 pounds. So yeah, this is from fbref.com, and this is him here. These are the games that he's played in that this website keeps track of. Premier League 2, Division 2 for Aston Villa, 17 years old. Played 1 game. It was a draw. Year after that, 18 years old in 21-22. Starts 10 games. 5 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats, 1 clean sheet. Clean sheet percentage of 10%. Goes to Gateshead as a 19-year-old. Goes to Gateshead on loan. Looks like maybe half a season, maybe a full season, but he ends up starting 20 games. They finish 14th in the table, middle of the table. Plays 1,800 minutes. Concedes 21 goals, which is about average of 1.05 goals against per 90 minutes. Wins 10 games, draws 5, loses 5, clean sheets of 8. So clean sheet percentage as a 19-year-old in the National League of 40%. 40%. Goes back to Aston Villa. Oh no, is that the same season? Yeah, that's the same season. So it looks like he had half a season at Gateshead, half a season in Aston Villa youth team. Starts 5 games and doesn't keep a clean sheet. Won 1 game, drawn 2, lost 2. Now last season, not the season that's just gone, but last season, goes on loan to MK Dons, seemingly not for long. They finished 4th in League 2. He starts 6 games. He concedes 9 goals. That's 1.5 goals against per 90 minutes. Shots on target against 21. Saves 12 of those. Save percentage of 57.1. Wins 3. Draws 1. Loses 2. Seemingly doesn't keep any clean sheets in those 6 games. So no clean sheets. And that's in League 2. Goes back to League 2 last season, as in the season that's gone, for Crewe Alexandra. Plays every single game in the league, 46, 4,140 minutes. Concedes 48 goals, so just over, that's 1.04 goals against per 90 minutes. Shots on target against 157. So 157 shots that were on target on the goal led to 48 goals against him. He saved 112, a save percentage of 70.7. So massive improvement there. Where he's gone on loan to League 2, or short loan, only 6 games, for the MK Dons as a 20-year-old, when they are 4th in the table, has a save percentage of 57.1, comes back to League 2 the following year for Crewe Alexandra, 70.7 save percentage. So clearly improved, clearly understood what's expected of him, and has stepped up to the plate and dealt with what he needs to deal with. Won 15 games, drawn 17, lost 14. Clean sheets in those 46 games that he played, 16 clean sheets. So even though I showed you the results where he conceded 5 goals, conceded 4 goals, conceded 3 goals here and there, still manages to keep 16 clean sheets in League 2 as a 21-year-old for Crewe Alexandra, playing every single game of the season, and that is a clean sheet percentage of 34.8. And penalty kicks, they said he's good at penalty kicks. He faced one for Aston Villa kids in that season, one in that a few in that season. Penalty kicks attempted, I think this is against him, yeah. 3, he didn't save any of them. PKSV is saved. In this season, 1 penalty kick against him, he saved 100%. For Crewe Alexandra last season, 4 penalty kicks he had to face. He saved one of them, so that's a save percentage of 33.3%. I guess because that doesn't make sense unless one was wide. One was missed, so only 3 were on target. He saved one of them, 1 was missed. So there you go. This is a very good goalkeeper for the age that he's at. Now, can he step up from League 2 to the Championship? Obviously, he's going to have better defenders in front of him. I would say, if we had Marschall there, I would absolutely have no qualms, because Marshall's very good at what he does, or what he did. If you don't know, he decided to take a break after all that went on last season with Sarkic passing away and all that. Obviously, probably a Liam Roberts situation as well didn't help. If Marschall was still there and this guy came to us on loan, absolutely no problems with him starting in goal, because Marschall would have him ship right, spick and span, all good. But obviously we don't have a goalkeeping coach at the moment. They haven't announced one anyway. Maybe they do have one. So you're wondering, because obviously the guy's going to need some kind of guidance whilst being in the Championship if we do get him. So if we go down, we can see, what can we see stuff? Is there anything useful to see here? Probably not. No, I think that's it. So there you go. So Filip Marschall. It says Marschall there, but they call him Marschall. I guess that's probably the Polish spelling of Marschall. Is Marschall. So yeah, there you go. Very interesting possibility of signing young Aston Villa goalkeeper on loan. I imagine it would be on loan, because I think the age that he's at, the quality that he's at the young age that he's at, you would probably be looking at least 10 million for him, I would imagine. Especially as he counts as like a homegrown player. So yeah, he's very good goalkeeper. Let's move on to this from the southwarknews.co.uk, who published today on the Thursdays. If you see it, pick up a copy, because that's all we got left now. The South London Press is no more. They've been teasing these Alex Neil stories bit by bit throughout the week, and we've got another one today. Obviously, they spoke to him, probably called him up and just had a word with him, and then they've parcelled this out into various different stories. We've got a real clear vision. Alex Neil says Millwall project differs from clubs he led to promotion. What's this about then? What's going on here? And this is from southwarknews.co.uk, as I said. Alex Neil has explained why guiding Millwall up the table is a longer-term project than his previous promotion campaigns. Neil has guided 3 teams to promotion in the past. Hamilton Academic... Hamilton... Isn't it Hamilton Academicals, not Athletic? I'm pretty sure it's Academicals, because the name is very unique. So, to the Scottish Championship in 2014, Norwich City to the Premier League via the playoffs in 2015, and Sunderland to the Championship via the League One playoffs in 2022. The Scotsman nearly led Millwall to the playoffs in his first season as Lions boss, with the club finishing 2 points outside the top 6 after a final day 3-1 loss away at second place Burnley. Neil outlined why the expectations were different at clubs he had previously taken up. I think everything's different. What I mean by that is that I think that some of the clubs I've been at, it was really quite straightforward. We expected promotion this season. If we didn't get promotion, we failed. But I think when that's the case, provided I'm looking at the squad and I'm thinking, yeah, this squad should be promoted this year. There's absolutely no reason why we can't. Our budget is in the top 2 or 3 in the league, and we've got players that are beyond the level and should be playing at a higher level consistently. And that was probably the case when I moved to Norwich, and that was the case certainly when I moved to Sunderland in terms of where they were at the time, and it was really straightforward for me. My aim is to get us promoted this year. If I don't do it, I haven't done my job well enough. If he's talking in the past tense, present tense, but past circumstances there. He's not talking about net right here and right now with Millwall. Whereas, for instance, say Preston is more of a sort of longer build type thing in terms of you need to build season upon season and try and improve it. There, any money you do make, you want to try and reinvest it and try and grow the team. I think this project is very similar to that project in that respect. I think we've got a real clear vision of how we're going to try and achieve that, and I think last year was a great sort of starting point for us. Indeed. It's only just begun. Buying and selling players that we fall in love with. Now, friendlies. If you ain't going to Spain, we got some under 21s that you could probably get to on your bus pass. 3 pre-season friendlies for Millwall's under 21s. This has been announced by millfc.co.uk. Obviously, we did know about one of them before, the Maidstone United one. Certainly not able to get to that on your Oyster card. But Millwall under 21s will play 3 pre-season friendlies ahead of the 25-26 Professional Development League campaign. Kevin Nugent's side begin with a trip to Itchen Town FC to take on Luton Town's under 21s on Tuesday the 15th of July, kickoff at 1 p.m. Ooh, so they're playing on a Tuesday afternoon, which is how they normally play their games. Monday or Tuesday afternoon, sometimes on a Friday. So they're playing Luton Town under 21s at Itchen Town FC. And then a visit to Maidstone United on Saturday the 19th of July, kickoff at 3 p.m. And that's the day after the first team play a game on Friday the 18th in Spain, who we still don't know who they're playing. The final friendly sees Millwall travel to Parkview Road and Welling United on Friday the 1st of August, kickoff at 7:45 p.m. Bosh. Ticket details for the first 2 fixtures will be confirmed in due course, while selling options for the trip to Welling can be seen in a link below. Any further updates to Millwall under 21's pre-season schedule will be announced on millfc.co.uk. So that suggests they might try and get another one in, probably. Maybe another 2. Depends how it goes, innit? If they need to play a few more games. And here we go. Welling United, so obviously tickets are already on sale. Oh, I don't know, they're not on sale. The details have been announced. And this is how it should be. This is what you want. This is it. This is football. Millwall under 21s will travel to Welling United for a pre-season friendly on Friday the 1st of August. Kick-off at 7:45 p.m. and tickets will be available on the night at the Turnstile in Kent. Isn't it Greater London? I know that it's out of that way, but I think it is in Greater London. Tickets will be priced at £10 for adults, £5 for concessions, and free for under 11s with an accompanying paying adult. And I can guarantee there will be so many 10-year-olds going to that game, you won't believe it. They won't believe it. You're 10 years old? He's 10 years old as well? He's 10 years old as well? Where are all these... How come there's so many 10-year-olds around? Wow. But this is how it should be. This is it. You turn up, you hand over your fiver, your tenner, and you walk through the turnstile. Clack, 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 clack. This is it. So there you go. Now, I'm going to have to talk about this. I don't want to, but I have to. It's this. It has come to my attention, this video. You may or may not know who this guy is, CyclingMickey. You may or may not know, from the blurry photograph that I paused it on, who his latest victim is. 3 days ago, he published this video on YouTube channel CyclingMickey, where he has seemingly taken a video of Zak Sturge, the one and only, the man who's in an advanced stage of, a move to Millwall, possibly a permanent move to Millwall. Well, yes. So I'm not going to play the video, but if you don't know who this guy is, CyclingMickey, he's a weirdo. I think he's from the Netherlands. He's come to this country for some reason, and he's just a massive prick. He goes around filming people, and he puts himself in situations to then be able to take pictures of people, seemingly on the phone. He seems to love doing that, to sneak up on people. But the thing is, what he does, and what he gets a lot of stick for, is he doesn't see people on the phone, rather than he just every single car that he goes by, probably one that's probably not driving properly or whatever, he just peers inside. So you've got women with kids and stuff, and he's just looking in their car like a dirty pervert, which is a bit, you can make your own minds up about that. Also, if you go to this video on YouTube, which I don't suggest you do, because it's up to you. I wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. If you do look in the comments, and they're all going to be, they're all very weirdly all supporting the line that CyclingMickey has put out there, and the reason for that is any dissenting comments are deleted. I don't know if you know this, but you have to moderate your own comments. You keep them on, then you turn them off. But you can just delete comments on your own channel. I don't really do that. One thing that happens though, if you use swear words, you might find that YouTube moderation will freeze your comment. I don't know if you can see it, but it's certainly that no one else can see it unless I send it through. So if you left a comment with a few swear words in one of my videos, and it hasn't come through, that's not because I deleted it. It's just because YouTube system has held it as like rude or something, and it's like, do you want this on your channel? And then you have to click a button to send it through. So, and you have to, it doesn't send you a notification, you just have to go on the thing and go through the comments. But this guy, he's deleting any comments that disagree with him, so it looks like there's a consensus of everybody in the world is agreeing with what this guy says. But when you go on Twitter, obviously he does this on YouTube because he can do this, and he can manage the comments and live in the fantasy world where everyone agrees with him and no one is disagreeing at all. They live in that fantasy world. But when you go on Twitter, he gets absolutely slaughtered. Everyone's taking that piss out of him left, right and centre. Very vitriolic, stuff thrown at him. And apparently, the rumours are, I don't know if this is true, the reason why he's like this is that, in the Netherlands, I think his old man got hit and killed by a car. So now he's on this Batman-like crusade to save the world, one mobile phone using driver at a time, which sad for him. I think he's he probably needs to go and see a shrink or something, rather than just doing this. Zak Sturge, everyone, Zak Sturge. If you go to the end of the video, and you'll see he puts up a little graphic that he said that he's grassed him up to the police, because obviously police haven't got anything better to do, will they clearly, some weirdo on a bicycle contacts them with a video, and they couldn't get on it quick enough, and they apparently told him that they have taken it on. So Zak Sturge might be getting some points on his licence because of this. So yeah, rather amusing thing to come across. A Millwall player obviously was on loan last season, potential Millwall player for the coming season, being featured in one of this Wally's videos. Wow. Wow. Now we're going to finish with this. This is a bit much, I should say. This is a bit, not happy about this, even though it doesn't affect me all to some extent. So this is from EFL.com, and obviously the clubs every meeting, every close season, they have an EGM, whatever, and they discuss what rules are we going to change and fuck around with for the coming season, and they have to approve, the rounds of the Carabao Cup and the format. This season's Carabao Cup will require a preliminary round to be introduced ahead of round 1 due to 9 Premier League teams being involved in European competitions 25-26. So, because there's extra teams in Europe, because obviously they won the cups, didn't they? Who won the cups? What was it? Tottenham won the cup, and then that means there's places in the league. Although I thought Crystal Palace ain't getting in Europe. Why are they? Surely that's one less team then, no? What happened? So they're giving them a place in the third round straight away, rather than, if Crystal Palace do get kicked out of Europe, surely they should not be involved in the round 3 situation with the rest of the teams. But apparently, they're just going to get through anyway. So I'm not happy about that. The format of the Carabao Cup will be amended to introduce a 4-team preliminary qualifying round to reduce the number of clubs in round 1 and round 2 in order to accommodate all Premier League European clubs in round 3. Yeah. And guess what that preliminary round is going to be? It's literally 2 teams versus 2 teams. The 2 promoted clubs from the National League, Barnet and Oldham Athletic, obviously they have been in the league before, so that's not new to them. I think it would be a bit more egregious if they won newer teams to the league. Can you imagine? You win the league, or you get promoted from the National League for the first time. You go, oh yeah, wow, we're now in the League 2. Oh, we're going to be in the League Cup next season. And then you find out, oh no, you're not. You're not in the League Cup. You have to play a game and win that game to then be in the League Cup. What the fuck? And the clubs finishing 21st and 22nd place in League 2, which are Accrington Stanley, exactly, and Newport County. So you could say, well, they're the two worst teams in the league last season that didn't get relegated, so tough titties, be better, get better, and you won't be in this situation. But for the 2 teams that are coming up, I think that's a bit poor, to be honest, but this is what they've decided to do, and obviously they all vote for it, you would imagine, so those 4 teams get outvoted. Let's all have a vote. Democracy manifest. I see you know your judo well. The times will be regionalised as well, North and South, so they're not even selecting. Because it's North and South, it's just automatically Accrington against Oldham and Barnet against Newport County. And here's the thing, when they're going to do the draw, they are going to draw who's home or away. So they're not even like, oh, let's give the newly promoted teams home advantage because we put them in this shit situation where they join the league and they're not even in the League Cup. They have to win a game to get in the League Cup. And then they say this line which says, oh, this isn't new, we've done this before. Yeah, we screwed teams over before. A preliminary round was last required in the EFL Cup for the 2011-12 season due to holders Birmingham City's participation in the Europa League whilst in the Championship and Fulham's qualification through the Fair Play League. The Carabao Cup Round 1 draw will take place live on Sky Sports News at 4:30 p.m. on Thursday the 26th of June. Yeah, it's not long now, is it? It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks we got the fixtures as part of EFL's fixture release day. Yes, they are doing Sky are doing a big, massive EFL fixture release day. All the fixtures, all of that stuff, and then the Carabao Cup Round 1 draw. And then the Premier League round of the competition will also be drawn at this time to determine the home clubs for the two ties. And here's the dates. So that means now that preliminary round will be in the first week of the season. And then the week after that is when round 1, which is when we come in. So there you go. But it's the League Cup. We never do well in that, which is a shame because the night games, especially the night games at the Den, are something special. And you did see that when we did that little run in the Johnson Paint Trophy, didn't you? You did see that in the games that we had in that. And we ended up at Wembley. Obviously that didn't work out, but it was an amazing day. We got to play at Old Wembley for the first time, before they knocked it down. And then, we played at New Wembley. So, but I don't know why we don't do well in the League Cup. I just don't understand it. Maybe because the fans don't turn up, so there's that atmosphere at the Den isn't the same. But, man, I really would want us to do something in the League Cup. Hopefully, Alex Neil agrees. Obviously, Alex Neil hasn't had a League Cup game for Millwall yet, so we wait to see how he takes the competition on. But I do hope he gives us something to get our teeth into, because I'm really not happy that we never do well in this competition, ever. So yeah, on that note, that's it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.